Okay, Drew, I'm going to bring up a new topic because there has been something that's been on my mind for the past couple of months and quite literally on my mind. A little bit of foreshadowing there. But I really do want to tell you a boxing story.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I know Jotham and boxing, you don't usually hear it in the same sentence, but it happened.
I like
It,
it.
it definitely did happen, dude. And I'm just sitting here like, did this really happen? Yes, it really happened. So it all started when it all started when I was doing community service for the National Honor Society, right?
All right.
And I was doing a community service for the Homewood Science Center, and I had to after packing a whole bunch of science kits for kids, I had to turn around the very next day and go clean out an attic.
Interesting.
Clean out an attic in an old building. I had to go into the roof of a building and literally throw boxes down from the ceiling and throw them out, throw them in the garbage and stuff like that. Basically, cleaning it out,
Yeah.
cleaning the house out. Okay, so while I was in the attic, I saw a huge box of unused, unopened boxing gloves, and I was like, "Oh, these are interesting." I'm thinking, "Wait, are we throwing these away?" There was a whole box. There was a whole box of boxing gloves, and I'm just like, "You can't just throw these unused boxing gloves away."
Yeah. You
And I'm
can't. You
like,
can't
"Hey, so
throw unused and you can't throw sports gear away.
yeah, yeah." I was just like, "Bro, what? No." And I'm like, and as soon as I dropped that box of boxing gloves down, I was like, "Hey fellas," I'm telling my partners, "Hey fellas, keep that box there. I want to keep it to the end." And there's like maybe 20, 25 pairs of unopened boxing gloves. I'm just like, no, I gotta get at least one. And then I asked the owner or the person that I doing the service for, can I have these boxing gloves? And she let me have them, and I was like, okay, I guess I can count this as an award along with my 2-3 hours of community service.
Yeah.
And just like that, I got some boxing gloves. Yeah, but then I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Two is better than one because I have a little sister. Obviously she and I have a special bond. We like to goof off. Um, and we definitely have rivalries across
Uh
uh
oh.
multiple platforms, most notably video games, um, and Mario Kart, most notably. And we can get real competitive. We can get real competitive. And so I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get my sister a pair of boxing gloves too, so we can box. And I'm just like, this is really cool. So when my mom comes to pick me up from community service, I'm like, hey sis, check this out. And I throw the pair of boxing gloves to the back seat. She's like, what? I'm like, I got these from the attic. From the attic in that old building over there. And then we drove home and I'm talking and stuff like that. And I opened the bag and safe to say I struggle putting on the gloves by myself because my hands are a little bit too big, a little bit. Obviously, boxing gloves, they were new. They needed to get
Yeah.
fitted, stuff like that. So I'm like, uh, you help me pull these down? Because these are freaking hard to put on. So I had to ask my mom for help. We are in the living room for crying out loud. We had just got back in the crib, and we are in the living room, and we're putting on the gloves, and as soon as we got our second gloves on, my sister looked at me and I looked at my sister and I said, "Let's go." We was like, "Let's go." We was like, "Let's go." As she put them up, I put them up, and my mom was like, "Oh, brother."
Bro, those are like classic all red like you're basically your ideal boxing gloves. Like when you think of boxing, you think of like video games and like the all red gloves.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at these. I'm like, these are your good old fashioned
Nah.
generic boxing gloves. I mean, even the freaking logo just looks like a boxing glove, a brand that would make boxing gloves. It's
Yeah.
just like black, little patch on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what you see on every boxing. I'm just like, these are your good old fashioned boxing gloves.
Exactly.
But anyways, my sister and I, we decided to, well, let's go. Let's throw a hand or two. Obviously, I had never even been in a real fight before. Uh, yeah, well, obviously we weren't out to kill each other.
No.
But we just wanted to have fun with it, and we were having fun. Trying to run up on each other. You know, we, and bro, the first swing, bro. So my sister is unexpectedly aggressive with her approach.
Oh, dude, believe me, I got a little sister. She can be scary out of nowhere. She can just, the aggressiveness. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and while I was, trying to figure out what she was trying to do, bro, she hit me with like a quick step towards me, and I'm putting my guard up, bro. Bro, and thinking about it, it just makes me so. It just cracks me up, bro. She literally I think her left arm was a 180-degree angle, and she took her left hand, and she took her left arm and just yeeted it across my face.
So she did a little bit more than a hook.
Yes, that was that might have been the knockout hook that she was coming for my head. And you know what, Drew? She connected, bro.
Oh, she did.
Connected. She
Oh,
did.
oh.
Bro, when I saw the reach, I was like, whoa, that thing is coming to me. That thing is coming to me. And then, bro, next thing I know,
Knocked out.
I mean, I mean, I got, I got knocked from the right side. I was like, the way I was cracking up at her approach. So I was just like, oh my god. I was cracking up at her approach because she just full blown just yeah. I was just like, and this, I mean, she got me right
Right on the
between,
temple. The temple.
yeah, like that like she got me right in that spot between your eyebrow and the corner of your hairline, and it was like, I mean, she didn't Nate Robinson me,
Oh, okay.
but the fact that I mean, it wasn't super hard, obviously, but it definitely wasn't like a tie punch either.
Yeah,
It definitely wasn't.
it was probably the surprise factor which made it worse. Like when you're not expecting and then you get hit out of nowhere, then it's probably going to be a little bit like, what just happened?
Yeah, but the thing was, I was cracking up so hard at her approach. When I got hit, I couldn't help but just go to the ground just laughing. I was dying laughing. And my mom saw that she landed that hook. She actually landed that freaking hook. And then she started laughing. And everybody started to laugh. And I'm just like, she, she really just got that left hook on me.
Bro, future Mike Tyson.
Oh my goodness. Freaking I'm sitting here like I'm like she really just did that. I didn't know that she was really she really came for my head like that.
That is hilarious.
And I'm just sitting here, and then jokingly I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm taking the gloves off. I'm retiring. I'm retiring from play fighting.
Well, you already hung up the gloves. 5 minutes in.
I was like, oh my goodness, like, dude. that taught me a lesson that I could never joyfully play fight. It's either I'm not gonna fight you at all, or I'm gonna be out to kill.
Yeah,
Not literally.
yeah,
I'm gonna be out to knock somebody out. It's either you're gonna be chill with me, you're gonna be cool with me, or you're gonna get knocked out. There is no in between.
yeah. I think that's a philosophy that a lot of fighters actually go into fights having. I mean, you're not obviously in there to play. You don't play boxing. You don't play, mixed martial arts. You fight, right? So I think that is a philosophy. Like, yeah, you go in. You don't, like you said, you don't go in for a kill, but you're going in to protect yourself, and you're going to do whatever it takes to protect yourself. So I think that's why a lot of boxers, when they're in that mindset, that like you can't really take them out of it.
Yeah, and obviously I typically don't have the boxer
No,
mindset.
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, move over. You know how people think I am as a person. I mean, obviously, I said it before. I haven't got into a real fight. I haven't thrown a serious punch at somebody before. Haven't even, I mean, there's been very few times where I remotely got into an argument, a heated argument, like legit heated argument that could have resulted in a fight. I'm talking arguments that have nothing to do with sports.
Yeah,
And you know, I've been heated like that before, but it's very rare. You have to actually try your best and really try to make me angry
yeah.
if we're gonna go head to head like that.
Imagine you do get in an argument, and then you just out of nowhere take out the boxing gloves, the two pairs of boxing gloves, tosses it to the other dude. Let's go.
Dude, that would be whoever does that. That person needs to go to Hollywood.
You said Mitchell Trubisky is a good quarterback. Take these. Let's go.
What's up? What's up? 2021. I was always curious what that sound was that the boxers make every time they throw a punch. It was like,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's probably like an exhale in air. That's what I'm guessing. Cause like you know how if you like let's say throw a football and you're like, huh. I mean like I think Kirk Cousins does it a lot when he throws. He like, huh.
fronts.
Yeah. I think that's basically what it is. And actually, I don't think you want to release too much air because if you get hit in the stomach, all that air is gonna go and you're gonna be like, you know how when the feeling when you like you fall and all the air comes out right and you can't breathe. That's basically you get the air knocked out of you. That I'm guessing that's a reason why they do that.
Yeah, okay. Because I was like, it was always so aesthetically pleasing to hear because the exhale would go hand in hand with the punch. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and I'm just like, oh my goodness, that sounds so. It gives me chills. It
yeah,
gives me chills, really.
yeah.
It's like it's such a raw sound. Like when you think of sports and the top sports sound effects, that boxing punch is up there, man.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, you got obviously the baseball, the crack of the bat, uh, hike. I would say for football, obviously it's got to be hike.
Yeah.
Hockey, probably the goal post, right? If you hit it off a goal post or like the goal buzzer sound.
Mhm.
Basketball, the swish. What else? Is that all? I think that's all.
Um, let's see. I mean, football, you could put the pads pop in
That
as a
is true.
wild card,
Yeah, that is true.
and basketball, maybe. I mean, look, I mean, a
Yeah,
dunk sound effect. It's probably not as iconic as the swish because obviously the swish is more common than the dunk.
yeah.
But hey, the dunk
Or a
when you get
dribble, a bounce, a bounce.
yeah, a clank, a doink.
Yeah, or just dribbling on the hardwood. I mean, I feel like that could easily be it. Or the squeaks of the shoes.
Yeah, something
There's a
like that.
bunch of sound effects that go unnoticed in sports.
Yeah, and sports, man. And obviously, the boxing ring knockout sound
Oh yeah,
and the
ding ding ding.
bell in boxing, you know. But yeah, dude, that I had to roll with that punch, even though it wasn't that serious, and I didn't get Nate Robinson. That was probably the funniest punch I had ever experienced in my life. I mean, I was down cracking up. I mean, I was like, I think I was on the kitchen floor for like a good 30 seconds. before I got up, well after the 10-second count. And I'm just like, did she really just landed a hook like that? It was so funny because she was so aggressive and it was so awkward. It was so, and it was in front of my mother too, which made it even more hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Oh, now I'm pretty sure when you heard me talking about a boxing story, you were like, "What on earth could this possibly be about?"
Yeah, I did not think you were gonna get absolutely KO'd by your sister.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely KO'd with an asterisk, huge asterisk. I'm talking Houston Astro asterisk next to it. But I don't even think MLB is gonna give them an asterisk. But yeah, dude, that was my freaking boxing story. I'm pretty sure. I mean, this had to have been our first boxing story combined. Out of
Yes, Yes, it was. I know that for a fact.
yeah, yeah. I was, with all the UFC going on, and then the MMA and the top ranked boxing stuff going
Yeah,
on, and them being popularized, especially during the pandemic. I was thinking, you know what? Why not pop out the boxing gloves? You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's just like it was a really iconic moment for our siblinghood, because it was just like we had never owned boxing gloves before. I mean, I boxed somebody before. Really, I played box somebody before.
Yeah.
One of my friends, um, at his own crib too. I went on the road, but he's one of my closest buddies. So obviously we were cool with it, and he
Yeah.
had a pair.
Yeah.
So I was just like, "Let's go." Obviously, he's a kid in college right now.
Yeah.
I'm still in high school, so obviously that was a bit of a mismatch right there.
A
He
little bit.
runs track. So not only is he, you know, well
Stamina.
trained, yeah. So I was just like, oh, well, I got my work cut out for me.
Uh,
Oof. And in front of his home, in front of his crib too,
Bro.
in his backyard actually.
Like
So
actually, like in his backyard, like literally.
yeah, like literally in his backyard, in the grass area. Yeah. Oh my gosh. He had to give me. I think he had to give me a headgear or something.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was no way that I was gonna be able to withstand a freaking a freaking headshot just full speed.
Yeah.
Because I had never taken one to the head to the dome before, man.
Yeah. Hey, I haven't taken a punch. I wouldn't. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I told anybody else this story, they would be just as shocked as you. Because when you put Jotham and boxing and or fighting in the same sentence, you know something is up.
Yeah, and hey, you brought out the props too. That's why we got the cameras. Now we can bring out the props. I brought out the medals. You brought out the gloves. What's next?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, this is my second to last. Let's see. Yeah, this is my second to last story time as a 17-year-old. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah.
Hey, there's a lot more stories to come for sure.
Yes, sir. Yeah, guys, that was my punch roll. We'll call that my punch roll because I definitely had to roll a punch there. But we're gonna be back in 2 weeks with Andrew's next story time special, Big 18, foreshadowing. Um, Obviously, January, Jotham's gonna be on the loose. Andrew's gonna be right there with me, trying to run step in step, especially with playoff predictions and bowl predictions and stuff like that. If you guys enjoy, be sure to like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Give us that. Well, if I can't use my fingers down, I got boxing gloves.
I
Five
got you.
stars. Yeah, thank you. 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or any other streaming device that you're using to listen to this right now. Follow us on our social medias: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, the Big Three. We'll be back in January for the top of the standings and the Storytime special. Until then, have a nice winter break, everybody. Peace.
Happy holidays.